Hey guys, you join me here, Snow86. We are back on Ladyhill. So today we are simply getting out here to mow the grass. We're at the start of May, so a little time has gone by since we were last here, and yeah, it's grass season again, guys. So quite simply, we're going to hope we can make hay. Now I did about a month ago reset the moisture thing because I didn't think it was going to work out in my favour. So we should now be in a position to make hay, and we are going to get this balance right because we can't keep just resetting the moisture map just so we can make hay. So we need to get those settings right. So that's what we're going to be doing. Plenty of rain due in the next 2-3 days, so we're going to concentrate on that to make sure that our moisture map starts building correctly going forward. I don't mind doing it for these one or two, but hopefully now we get the settings right and we're not in this position again. So hopefully the only downside to this is our crops have obviously been reset, everything's been reset. So we're going to keep both grain and grass fields on the same settings. And hopefully going forward we don't run into any issues. Thankfully the grain settings, the grain fields don't mind a little bit less moisture than the grass fields, so I'd be hoping that would be the way it goes. Now in theory, to be fair, grass should trap a little bit more moisture as it's a year-round cover on the ground, versus grain, the ground could be bare for 3, 4, 5 months depending on planting schedules and stuff, so it might dry out a little quicker. So by right we could adjust that, but I think just if we get it right for grass, and then we can build our grain moisture from that, maybe just at 10% either way, that should probably see things out. So we're on for hay today, so we should have no fears now for making hay. We're going to cut every square of grass we have and throw it straight to hay. The only thing I can hope is we get a good yield for said hay. If I remember rightly, we cut everything last time and we got 200,000 litres. Now if we get that for hay, I'd be quite happy. Our third cut, then I'm going to let it mature fully, because I do think we get that extra little bit of grass on the next cut. So I think next year that is something we're going to do as well, is let grass just kind of mature fully. So we're not doing these kind of smaller cuts where we don't seem to get as much. So that will be the plan there as well. So yeah, just for now we're just going to kind of crack on with what we have, and then as I say, going forward we will adjust things to hopefully work out a little bit better. Who knows? And I just realized I'm reversing the camera each time. I don't need to do that, so we'll use the other reverse button. So it's going to be, I suppose, a long one really. We've different little bits to do. The main thing, as I say, is we're just out chopping grass, and we have quite a lot of grass fields to chop. So really could do with investing in butterfly mowers for the rear, but it's minor things. This works fine for what we're doing. We should get most of this done in the day, all going well. And there is a little bit of rain overnight, so I ideally would like to knock this out today if we can. So what has been going on since we were last here? The answer is quite simply not a whole pile. We've basically been feeding cattle. We brought, I think it was a 500 or 600 litres of milk down to the dairy, and did we? I think we did. I think we took a load of manure to the BGA as well. So little things like that. Obviously we'll need that digested here shortly, because once we are finished with the bales and stuff, we need to fertilize again then to get ready for third cut. So that process will be ongoing for the year, but yeah, we're slowly getting there. Now it's only May, so we still have another month to go before we can sell our beans. I think it's a month, it might be 2. And our money is down to about 11,000, so not great in the great scheme of things, but I don't think we can do too much more with it. So we just have to kind of, well, for want of a better word, suck it up and crack on with what we have. We can't change too much more about it. So yeah, that's where we are, guys. So money is slowly trickling out, but we should be okay. I do think we make it. In terms of feed for cattle, we are actually fine for hay bales at the moment, so it's not the end of the world. But this would be the hay making season this time of year, so that's where we're going with it. We're just going to get out, do the hay, and get it made from there. So straw is a limiting factor. We are starting to run a little bit low. I think I'm down to 6 bales, and what we're going to have to do is throw a little bit into our sheds as bedding. That should keep the cows happy, and by keeping cows happy, we keep me happy. No, so if we keep the cows happy, that was a terrible cut there. Yeah, if we keep them okay for bedding, that means that we should have enough manure coming in until we do our wheat harvest. Was it wheat or barley? I actually can't remember. And that's shocking. So yeah, we should just about get away with the straw then, guys. We might even run out maybe a day or two beforehand, but it's not the end of the world if we do. We can just feed. We'll feed them straight mix. By straight mix, I mean we will literally make a mix of drop too soon. We'll make a mix of basically hay and silage, and that's what we'll do. Now I don't know, do we have enough silage to carry me over to the third cut? This is going to be a slight issue, so we might have to start compacting the pit above and then put our third cut in the other pit. So that is also a potential issue down the line. We'll shut these down, we can fold them, get through the gate and cut away again. So yeah, that could be potentially an issue as well for us. Silage, but we'll see if we can squeeze a 4-cut out of it this year. We probably will, just because it'll take a lot of pressure off us. So anything that takes pressure off us can only be a good thing for the farm. So we'll drop that, we'll drop the rear, and I'm in reverse, which is no good to anybody, so away we go again. Yeah, so we could be a little bit tight on silage, but as I say, hopefully we'll first cut next year, we will let it go fully. I'm sure I probably said this already and I didn't even do it, or didn't listen to myself previously, so that is definitely something we're going to do. This square as well will be extended, this field down here. I'm hoping after this year it'll be due for kind of a plough up and subsoil, so that's my thoughts in my head. I'm waiting for that to kind of come, and then we can extend that section. It'll give us a little bit more grass, which again will help and take a little bit of pressure off things, but yeah, for now we're kind of limited to what we can do there. Well, we're not really. We could, oh, that's going to hit 3. We could just crack on and extend the field regardless and let it grow out over, or plant it September, October, and we let it growing away. That is options, and the one thing we do have is options, so the more options we have, the better we'll be in future. So that's kind of where we are, guys. Rambled on for quite a bit there, but it is what it is. And yeah, we're just mowing grass, so again, nothing overly exciting. That door keeps opening, it's a joystick issue, and I don't think there's a bind, unfortunately, for me to change that. I think it's bound into the mod, which is, I might be able to go into the mod file, but it's a lot of messing around there just to try and square out that one up. But yeah, I think we're just going to keep cutting away, guys. We have an evening here ahead of us, and we might do something similar to what we did there recently with the, I want to say, seeding, where we threw in just a couple of moving shots of us seeding. So we might do that for the tedding and the windrowing, and we'll be back here then towards maybe the end of baling, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Should we lengthen it out? Questions, dilemmas. We might lengthen it out, we'll see. But yeah, we might do a few moving shots anyway. They're nice to do. So yeah, that's what we're at, guys. So infield 2 out of, there's one below me, there's one across, there's 2 over, so that's another 4 to do, is it? And we've one behind the farm, that makes 5, 6, 7, that'd be about right, 7 fields of grass. So yeah, we have a long old day ahead of us, guys. So I'm going to crack on here and keep going, and I'll jump back here at some stage when we're doing maybe something a little bit different. As I say, might even showcase just a little few movie shots of the tedding and the raking and stuff. We'll see how we're getting on. So I'll see you all in a second. And we are back, guys. So just rolling into the field here, we get the old baler up and going. Engage cruise control, and away we go. Yeah, so we've wind roads, tedded, all the good stuff, and we are currently 3 in the day. So now we're just out making hay. So we'll see how many hay bales we get. I need to Where is the reset bale counter? Alt X. So we'll set it up, see how many bales we manage to get out of it. It's not looking like it's going to be a fantastic yield again, so it's a little bit of an interesting one. We'll see how we go. We're going all the way around here, so well, maybe not so bad. Maybe we'll see. We started at 0, so if we can throw a bale out before we get back around, I'm actually pretty confident we might do okay. But then saying that, we're nearly a full lap of the field and we've only got 6,000 litres, not even yet. So yeah, we'll see. The main thing is we are getting hay, which is the most important part. I think we have enough anyway in storage to help us carry over, so we might even get to a stage where we start doing the hay cut, that some of the fields might still end up going as silage, just to help us on the silage push. So yeah, we'll see how we go, and yeah, we won't be too concerned just yet. Just try and, I suppose, we'll make do what we have. Definitely towards the end of the year, if we can, we will be picking up a grass field. Obviously the sale of soybeans that we have to do, we should have enough money there to carry us through to the milk then, till we get more calves and milk starts really kind of rolling in, because then we can start doing daily sales of milk, and that will really ease the money situation a little bit and allow us to start purchasing a few more fields. Once we get a few more fields under our belts, that will increase our grass output. It will also increase our arable output, because we won't be buying just grass fields. So we'll try and do a fair mix, a healthy mix if we can. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, guys. So we're just going to track away here and keep baling. It's going to be a late into the afternoon session-ish, I'd imagine. We're 20 past 3 in the day here now, and we are just going to keep baling until we have everything baled. So I'd imagine that will run us into 6, 7 o'clock. That's when we hit the gate, so we'll back up this way. And we'll go this way. And we're back into it. Yeah, so we'll just have to see how we go, but I can't see us finishing this too soon in the day. It probably will take a little bit of time. And yeah, we'll see how many bales we get. We'll stack them in the shed, but yeah, if we can fill that shed again. I think we had fairly full this time last year, maybe a little bit later in the year, to be fair. So yeah, we'll just have to kind of, again, I know it's a lot of me saying we'll see how we get on, but yeah, if we can fill that shed somewhat, I think we'll be okay. Because let's be honest, say we had a full of August last year and still have half a shed there full of hay, so I'm not overly concerned about hay. Silage, I think, is my pressing concern, and even at that, it's not the biggest pressing concern, because we will be adding to our portfolio land, I'd hope, towards the end of this year in game. So we're only at year 3. Obviously we still have that loan that's sitting at 1.1 million, but if we can keep servicing that and keep paying off the bits on it, I think we'll be in a fairly good place. So we will track away and keep baling. We have I think nearly produced, we have made 2 bales now, so that's good. That's something. We might get a trailer load, and a trailer load I think is about 24 bales, so if we can do that, we'll be pretty good. We're going to be up here and in here. Yeah, I'd take 24 bales, and that should more than fill the shed, so that will see us through. And it means then Turcut will go to silage. Hopefully we don't empty the first pit. So basically what I'm hoping for is that we can get the silage, cut it and put it into that pit, and then seal the pit, and then break into it maybe November-ish, December-ish. That way that'd be the plan. That would get us up to maybe 400,000 litres. I don't think it's going to work that way. I think we're going to end up with covering that pit probably in June, actually probably realistically more like July. So if we cover that pit in July, yeah, that means The other one of them will need to be empty by September, October, because we will be doing a cut. And I think after this, we're definitely going to let the grass go to the full stage of cutting, which is stage 4. We normally kind of tend to cut at stage 3, but I think stage 3 is potentially costing us yield. I would think anyway, looking at the numbers and the volume of grass on the ground, that yeah, I would think that cutting this early is actually costing us a little bit of yield. So now it means we probably could squeeze a 4 cut in, and that might be something we do this year. But then next year we will definitely drop the 3 and do the full cycle of growth. I think that's probably a better way to do it. Well, we'd find out pretty quick, because yeah. Now I should be able to check the quantity of hay actually, because if I know, if I pause here and check the yield tracker. Where is yield tracker? We are in field 11. So if I click 11 and I click hay, I can see that in year 2 we made 23,000 litres of hay. Year 3, because this is our first hay crop, we've done 22.7, so it's actually tracking, yielding the same. So that's interesting. So what we'll do is for year 4, as I say, we will let it do the full growth cycle, and we should be able to see then what we produce off that. We are not after dropping the header to pick up on the baler, so we have now. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I forgot we have the hay track or the yield tracker in, which means it only works for hay, it doesn't count grass, which is a shame. But we can kind of do that through the pit, because the pit will always display how many litres are in it, so that will give us an indication of how much grass we get. And we know that we got roughly, now these are rough figures, but 200,000 litres out of cut 1. So yeah, we'll just see how we're going. If this tracks the same kind of quantity for hay, I think then we'll be in a pretty good place for our hay come next year. So I'm not too concerned then. As I said, the main thing for us is we get the moisture section right. That to me is more of a concern than the quantity of hay we're making at the moment. But yeah, all things to keep an eye on. For now, we're going to bait on. We're going to keep doing this. I will jump back here in a little bit. When I say a little bit, it'll probably be a couple of hours for me, but it'll be a little bit for ye. And yeah, we'll see how we've done on the hay front. And we are finally back, guys. So we have every field bar the small grass field behind the farm baled, and we have 20 bales. So we might get 21, maybe. Well, we will get 21. We might get 22, and that will be it. Now the yield of grass this year has been very poor. So is that a sign of yields for crops? I'm not 100% sure. But the way it's looked, in fact, what we'll do, we're in the yard so we can afford to stop on the road. Where's my yield tracker? Here we go. So field 10 is definitely grass, so you can see, although the first one I go to, excuse me, the first one I go to, year 2 was actually less. We got more in year 3 out of field 10. Field 9 is not grass, field 8 is grass. You can see there, look at that, that is a substantial drop. So year 2 we got 96,000 litres, year 3 we got 37, so it's not fantastic. Again, you can see another big drop here. Year 3 we got 30,000 litres, year 2 we got 106,000 litres. Now, did I get a second cut out of that? See, this could throw it. I might have gotten 2 cuts out of that, in which case, even at that, it's more than double. So there's something seriously wrong there. Yeah, yield 4 again, double. So maybe we got 2 cuts. But yeah, you can just see we don't have it there. Where are we? Field 12, I think. No, 13, 14. Hang on, let's go to owned fields. That will help the cause. So 16, 17 are the big ones. Field 33, that, and that. So yeah. So field 11 definitely, field 8, field 7, field 6, field 5. Yeah, it's just we're down on yield, nearly 50% down on yield this year. So not fantastic when you're looking at building up hay supplies, but I don't think we did a second hay cut last year. I think we just did the one. So I think we're just down on yield. I think it's the only reasonable answer to my dilemma here. It's not even a dilemma. It's interesting that we can track these things, and yeah, we can see where we're winning and where we're losing. So now that could be the yield mod as well. I know you can range between 0.5 to is it 2.5 times the yield. So potentially last year we got a bumper yield, and this year we are not getting the bumper yield. So we just got to keep in mind, I suppose, these little things do play a factor. So we could do everything right, and I would have thought our yield would have been up a little bit because we fields ploughed and all that good stuff, but clearly not. Clearly this year it was just a bad year for yield. So here's hoping, again, it could be a case that we didn't let the grass fully mature. Lots of different things that might cause it, but for now we're not going to be overly concerned. As I say, all we can do now is get out here, bale the last bit of grass, and we'll get it all into the shed, guys. So we'll keep tracking these things as the years go on, because I think after this year we'll start cycling back, especially on the crops. Now we'll start cycling back, so we'll be able to see if we had a good year or a bad year. Who knows what the standard is. I do think last year was a bumper year, to be fair. I just had that impression because our soybeans yielded really well. Everything really yielded fantastically last year. So I do think that was a bit of a, well, what I would like to hope was a consistent running team across the farm, but I think it might have been the exception now. So yeah, we'll just have to be wary. But again, we were able to get things done with that bumper yield, so maybe we'll have a couple of slow years now, and then we'll get another cracking year of yield. These again, I'm speculating. It's hard to know, but as I say, we will attempt these things, and we will keep checking them. So it is handy to know. So we will be done baling here shortly. We have 21. Will we get 22? We will. And I know I have 21 because I can see it hanging on the back of the baler there. And 22 will be coming here in what, 36 litres, which is there. So that's 2 more bales. So 22 bales. It's not the best yield, but again, 22 bales plus what we have in the shed should be more than enough to see us through till next year. So I'm not overly concerned, and I think we're in for a decent straw harvest this year. I say that now, and it might not be, but actually, when I think we've 2 smaller fields, but we could try bale some of the canola straw. It might be a possibility as well. We'll just have to see. Thankfully, I think we'll be cutting wheat before we're cutting canola, so if we're running light on bales there, if we only end up with like 10 or so, we could then swat the canola, and that would give us another thing there as well. So yeah, we'll just see. That's 2 bales unloaded there. We can fold up the baler, get it back to the yard, and that is us done, guys. So second cut grass complete, and hay done. 22 bales in the bag. We won't complain too much about that. It'll say fill the section of the shed that we need to. Obviously come January our feed demands will go up, but I still think we have enough to carry us. I'm going to say that now, kind of more hopeful than confident, I think, is the way I'd express that. So we've gone a little bit far there, but we'll get back into it. Lock in there and get the baler in. pull forward, and away we go. So there we go, guys, we are done. As always, been an absolute pleasure, guys. To all those who've followed along, thank you very much. And as always, until next time, guys, I've been Snowman86, and this has been Ladyhill. And yeah, we're gonna go collect some bales, and I'll see you all again later, guys. Enjoy.